Alright, match 2. Mages of the Moon, Obosh, Prowess. Can't keep this, it's too land light. We can keep this, it has a good mix of land and spells. And of these, I think Lava Dart is the weakest link. Obviously, depending on what the opponent's on. I think the opponent's on Burn, if I remember correctly. This username rings a bell. I think this opponent definitely knows what we're on. But I definitely like Flame Slash and Burn, just because I like being able to kill their creatures. Lava Dart doesn't really kill their creatures. Okay, so it's not Burn. Horribly wrong about that. I wonder if it's Merfolk. Let's just get in there and hold up Giant. I could have, maybe there was some strategic advantage to not playing a land and bluffing a light up the stage, but nah. I think I'm just going to stomp it in a turn. I have a feeling this is some kind of Uro control-ish deck, and I think I want to play Bonecrusher on my turn unless I draw something. It's not exactly something that I would dissuade me from playing Bonecrusher, so Bonecrusher it is. There's still merit to waiting until the end of the turn. We only lost on 1 point of damage on that. Probably this will eat a mana leak, but I gotta try to get some pressure on the battlefield. Bonecrusher is pretty good because it's a burn spell like we did at the end of the turn, and it's a creature. And maybe they want to lightning bolt it, which just, since they had to shock, effectively dealt them 4 damage, which is not bad. And obviously that soaked up a lightning bolt that would have gone to Swiftspear. Not bad, if I do say so myself. And maybe main deck Mages of the Moon, if they already use their lightning bolt, maybe sticks. Maybe, yeah. Alright, well, Uro is definitely going in hand for sure. Yeah, I don't see the need to blow my my removal spells my burn spells just yet. There may be reason in the future, but I think, especially after Uro, yeah, there's a good chance I want to use them to clear Uro. So I could use this to save. Oh no, yeah, okay. So they put Lightning Bolt on top, and I could use Lava Dart to save Swiftspear, but I'd much rather just put Uro into play. Hopefully they don't counter it. If they don't counter it, then I think our Obosh may even compete favorably with Uro. No, man, don't mana leak me, bro. Don't mana leak me, bro. You mana leaked me, bro. Oh, you remanded me, bro. I think I learned my lesson from a previous league. If I draw a land and if I draw a mountain, I think I slam Obosh and I go for Flame Slash. Sure, if they counter either the Flame Slash or the Obosh, I'm in deep trouble. But once it gets this far, I have to play for higher upside. But let's see if I even... Okay. Well, so in a way, the decision becomes easier. So I'm going to lead on Flame Slash because, that way, if they're trying to make this into card disadvantage, I can just play Firebolt, and if they force negation this, then I just play Lava Dart and Flashback. Which, losing a land kind of sucks, but it's better than letting Uro live, that's for sure. And there's the force negation. But let's Lava Dart this, flash it back. And unfortunately, they still have a lot of cards in their graveyard, but we also deal 5 damage. And if we draw another land, and we can get Uro in play, then I still think we're okay. Teferi is a pain in the butt. And it's going to put another card in the graveyard, most likely. And maybe for that reason, we don't even want to bother. They've already they're close to 5, so I don't think we actually do want to. Alright, so let's ditch the Uro. The Obosh, unfortunately. They don't have a counterspell for this. Alright, let's just attack them. We kind of have to hope that they don't... Against all odds, we have to hope that they can't put another card in their graveyard. Seems unlikely, but I mean, we don't want to put Teferi in the graveyard and guarantee that they can do. I mean, who knows? Maybe they have 2 like Shocklands or something. It seems unlikely, but hey, you know, that's one of the more likely scenarios we actually can possibly steal a win here. Well, I don't think that's going to put a card in their graveyard, so that's good. I'm sure if there was a way they could just minus all the loyalty counters and just immediately put it in the graveyard, they would, but alas, they cannot. Well, that will put a card in their graveyard. Feels a little bit like they slow rolled me, but you know, what can you do? Well, we're only 1 burn spell of basically any type away from removing Uro again. Uro is so stupid. Jeez. Well, here we go again. Let's lead off on Bonecrusher because, you know, this is the card we most want to stick around, basically. All right, let's lead up on Lightning Bolt, because then hopefully, when we play Lava Dart, as long as it's not Force Negation, which I don't even think they can play. So we did deal with Uro again. This is insane. See, my video recording software is blocking the Planeswalker. Yeah, let me just modify this a bit. Okay, there we go. So Ren is at 2, Teferi's at 2. I'm just gonna flashback Lava Dart and go face. Bring my opponent down to 4. Neither Teferi nor Ren are doing anything that particularly threatening right now. Jeez, can they give it a rest with these stupid cards? I don't really care about taking 4 damage. I think it would have been better for them to gain more life. I don't know, maybe a Moon Effect still helps here. Man, this Lightning Bolt is so close to actually doing something, and yet so far away. Alright, let's frickin' deal with the Ren, because I hate the idea of Omnath constantly gaining more life. So it's an engine there. So let's just play the Bonecrusher. And the main deck Moon Effects would have helped out a lot here. They only had 1 Lightning Bolt too. No, they did have 1 Path to Exile, but that was for the Obosh. Yeah. I don't see why they did that right now. What can they do with all that mana? What are you doing? Oh yeah, they're playing Uro. Uro is so annoying. We can handle it. I think we got Uro under control, but when it slips through the cracks, it's so annoying. All right, and we kind of flooded out too. Yeah, they had exactly the right answers they needed, and we had the answers we needed too, but except for the moons. Would have had the moons, we would have been in good shape. I think the Flame Slashers are pretty situational. Firebolt. I think Firebolt is the most situational card out of the bunch. Oh, yeah. Or is it? Yeah, this deck actually doesn't have as many Prowess creatures, as the one with Blister Coil. So let's err more on the side of Firebolt. It does represent more damage, even though it is sorcery speed. is asking me if I'm still on the channeler version. And now I'm back on the Obosh version. All the hate. Let's not get demoralized and lose this one when we've got, in theory, all the tools we need. And it's kind of nice that Magus of the Moon is also a beater, because we do actually need to win the game. I know, hot take. Hot take, it's not enough to just stall the game out. You actually need to win too. Let's get this out of there so that they've got less stuff to buy back with Ren. Do we want to wait on Magus, or we just want to run it out? I mean, I think if they path it this early, I think we're in pretty good shape. Alright, let's see. We'll just run this out. We'll just run out Magus. It's a kind of aggressive creature. I mean, it's a creature, it wants to attack. It might counter, but we got more where this came from. It's one good thing about playing 4 in the main and 2 additional Blood Moons on top. We got more where this came from, and if they want to path it this early, I'm okay with that too. Alright, Growth Spiral. Not bad, I will take this opportunity. And I got a feeling that they're going to float a white mana and path. Alright, I'll take it. Not really afraid of Uro here. If they're not playing Field of the Dead, I think we're okay. Let's play another Relic. A sequence like this so they can't mana leak it. And let's see what happens if we try to go for the Uro. It's okay, that means they can't use Mystic Sanctuary. Alright, let's cycle this. Yeah, well, let's just attack and keep a mana open for a Relic. And then next turn the Firebolt's going to be even more powerful. I guess it's pretty good. Alright, well, we got moon effects and we got more creatures where that came from, so we should be okay. Yep, and we draw Season Pyromancer, which is arguably one of the best cards we could draw here. I don't think they can counter anything with 1 mana. It's not even white, so it can't be Mana Tithe. Okay, got it. Alright, let's just remove that for Snapcaster shenanigans. Hopefully they don't have Hour of Promise. I mean, but they are playing different colored lands, so you know. So there is that. All right, let's attack, and I wonder if we should just play out a Bonecrusher. Let's stomp and see what happens. If they counter, we'll just hold up Let's see what this is. Counter target spell, draw a card. It's fine. We'll Lightning Bolt at end of turn. This is annoying. No, you cannot have Cryptic Command. No siree Bob. Ain't gonna happen. Not in this lifetime. Don't even think about it. Oh, why didn't they do that at end of turn? That's weird. I should have played Firebolt. I guess because of the way I cracked or something? I don't know. Alright, well, it's a good thing I did save this, because I got this dumb Omnath gaining life and shit. Which we have to deal with, because it's just, We go for more damage. I think we need to get Obosh into play. Turn this to my hand. Attack for 3. Opponent gained a lot of life. We do have an Obosh in hand. They were deprived of... They had to use a Mystic Sanctuary, and they have a Cryptic Command out of their graveyard, and that's exiled. But they got 3 cards, though. That's the thing that concerns me. Well, I mean, let's just play Obosh. I doubt it's going to stick, but we've got to play for the upside, because, you know, they won't always have it. Sometimes they will always have it. Yeah, I mean, what's it called? Mystic Sanctuary wouldn't really do that much there. Alright, let's play Swiftspear. Yeah, let's try to go for... let's just go after them. No reason to let them get value off another mana leak. Magus of the Moon is probably pretty sweet. Play this first just because. I got a counter spell for it. You would have thought they'd counter the light up the stage. I don't know. I'll probably just play the Swiftspear and pass. I do want to cycle the cave. Okay, opponent. What you thinking? Hopefully this is one of those like I can't believe this is happening to me type type of pauses. Hopefully this isn't like how best to exploit this situation. Unless I'm missing something, they don't have enough white mana, so I think I'll just play this out. I do think we need to deal with the Teferi because it can bounce these cards. Huh, actual Blood Moon. But we could just go for the win. But then again, if they got Mana Leak... Well, let's play it a little bit safer and go for actual Blood Moon. This will put them down to dead from flashbang back Firebolt. Plus we might draw into... Nope. Alright, well let's go after Teferi, actually. We don't want them bouncing our card. And this way, if they've got some way to deal with Magus, at least we still deal with Teferi. I highly doubt they can deal with both, with 2 creatures. Yeah, put this on top. I think it's pretty good. Let's see. Glad that we went after Teferi. We have to go after Ren, though, because I don't think we want it to ultimate. I think we can just hit it once, and then hit them once. I think that'll work just fine. This does put them to lethal next turn with flashing back Firebolt, buried under moons. Nice. Alright, somebody's asking about my Twitter, so let me see here. Okay. I think we run it back as is. I mean, let's see here. Yeah, I think we run it back as is. These boon effects can make a big difference in a lot of matchups, I'll tell you that much. Might have lost that without the Magus right there. Opponent is still cooking up something. They might be bringing in Fire Sprout, because that is a pretty good answer to Magus of the Moon. Both deals with it under Magus of the Moon, and it sweeps out other creatures. Something to keep in mind. I don't really like playing around cards, though, for the most part, unless I'm getting a really strong tell. I find that I generally lose more games to overthinking things and getting blown out. Plus, also, for whatever reason, most modern players are not of the same mindset of me, and they very often will not play 4 of a card. So, for example, Supreme Verdict. I mean, sure, we got blown out right there, but for the rest of the game, we just jammed, and it worked out. It would be a lot more tricky if they played 4 Supreme Verdicts. I'm not necessarily saying that's a good idea to play 4 Supreme Verdicts, but I'm just saying that since since we're aware that most people generally just play like a 2 of a card like Supreme Verdict, sometimes even just a 1 of, which boggles my mind. I don't know why you'd just play a 1 of card like that. If you want to see it, I would think you'd play at least 2, but you know, that's just me. You know, it's kind of unusual for them to play more than 2. Definitely more than 3. It's kind of unlikely we'll see more than 1 Supreme Verdict a game. So I just kind of jam into it. Ooh. Yeah, if you slow down, they get virtual advantage anyway. Oh, no problem. One had to answer the door, apparently. Well, I mean, you know, this hand could be problematic if this was like a creature-based matchup because of lack of burn spells, but I think in this deck, having multiple Seasoned Pyromancers and light up the stage, not bad. Not bad. Alright, let's do the old attack into playing light up the stage. You know, they'll probably counter it, but we shall see. If they don't, we might be in a pretty good spot. And we might indeed be in a pretty good spot. No relics or moon effects, but I got a lot of those drawn too. Yeah, so I think the plan is going to be... We'll probably cycle Forgotten Cave first, just to see what we actually draw. Because what if we draw another, like, Swiftspear? We'll probably want to play that. Nope. Alright, so let's just lead off on Firebolt, getting some good damage while we can. This might be a little too aggro, but yeah, I mean, it's a good source of damage. What's to say? Yeah. Yeah, it probably was too aggro. Hopefully they go for a Lightning Bolt, because I'm not gonna play Lightning Bolt here. Actually, what am I saying? I had to use that Firebolt anyway, so that wasn't too aggro. I think that was okay. If that was in my hand, that was probably too aggro, but you know, forever use it or lose it. I think that was okay. I may want to play the Seasoned Pyromancer. Ideally, having like a Lava Dart to pitch or something would be pretty nice. I do want to hold on to the other Seasoned Pyromancer if possible. Okay, let's attack and see what the opponent is up to. I don't think I'm going to hit them with Lightning Bolt unless they present some juicy target. Alright, we're cycling Forgotten Cave. We're going to play Seasoned Pyromancer, and I'm tempted to just ditch 2 lands, but I think it's correct to ditch a Lightning Bolt. They make it easy. I actually kind of like this, because this means that I don't have to think hard about what to ditch. I just get kind of value that way. Omnath. Oh, Jace. I think Jace is kind of less problematic than Omnath. The Pyromancers are nice because we can draw into our hate. Just good stuff. What else to say? I hate drawing too many of them, though, not gonna lie. Alright, let's start off with Lightning Bolt, see where this takes us. Alright, I like the other Seasoned Pyromancer, so I'm just gonna jam this. The reason here for sequencing this way is that we may draw a land and like a, I don't know, a Firebolt or another. Okay, so do I play the Forgotten Cave? And I think the answer is yes. Would have been correct to wait on that, but you know, just making good use of time. It always sucks to get stuck with multiple season Pyros. But on the other hand, we're churning more to our moon effects and to our relics. I mean, we're already almost a third into our deck. I think mostly because of fetch lands, the opponent is almost as deep into their deck. It just goes to show you that fetching does actually reduce the size of your deck quite a bit. The important thing to remember is that people aren't saying that deck thinning doesn't actually do anything. They're just saying that it doesn't actually justify. All right, let's get a relic out here, and hopefully, you know, I don't know if they can counter it. They might have to use a Force of Negation if they want to counter it. Alrighty, let's play a Season Pyro, and I will just discard the Firebolt. I think it being a 1/1 token might be better. All right. Yeah, let's just go until end of turn. There's anything in the graveyard that is particularly bad for us. Okay, so I got a nagging feeling. No. Aether Gust. Okay, so they. Oh, maybe I should have. I should have cracked Relic. I think I want to wait till Uro. Uro is their best ticket back into the game. Yeah. Can they actually play Uro here? No, because they got red. They got yeah, they don't have double. They have double blue, but they don't have double green. I got one green source here. Always good to be observant. So yeah. So unless they have exactly basic forest, I want to let Uro go into their graveyard. And I think I'm just gonna, because next turn they can flash it back, so even though we lose our Season Pyros, I still think that's where we want to be. Let's lead on Stomp here, because if for whatever reason they can't play the Aether Gust this turn. Yeah, it's weird. I thought they put that on top. Anyway. Alright, let's see. I think I want to continue to try to jam this. If we hit a land, then we can play the Bonecrusher too, which would be pretty sweet. Alright, well, that works too. Kind of makes me wonder about the merits of playing the Firebolt though, but definitely not bad. Question is, do they go after the token? I guess that makes sense. The question is, do we Firebolt them, or do we Firebolt... We could go for the win right here. That is an efficient use of the mana. And it also makes us a little bit less vulnerable to Supreme Verdict. So I'm just gonna do the unthinkable, and I'm just gonna actually try to win. I know, novel concept, but instead of ditzing around, let's just unload max damage and try to go for the kill. We have Lightning Bolt. The good thing about this is now we've still got Firebolt. Hopefully the opponent scoops, because that gives us the chance to not second-guess ourselves. They don't, which means we've got to, I think, just try to go for the win. There's something to be said about, you know, maybe setting this up by playing like Moon and, you know, Moon and Bonecrusher, but I don't know what kind of horrible thing could happen next turn. Because realistically, same thing. All I have to do is counter the Magus. Nice. Alright, sweet.